I see it's 10 o'clock. I will call the York County Board of Commissioners meeting to order for June 3rd, 2026. Even though we missed Dawn, it's good to see veteran Fred Rudisill to lead us in the pledge, and welcome back Pastor Dorr to lead us in invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's pray.
Almighty and everlasting God, our Father in heaven, we come before you with reverence and gratitude. You are the sovereign Lord over all nations, all peoples, all authorities. From you and through you and to you are all things. We thank you for your common grace and for blessing that you have poured out upon this land for many generations. As our nation approaches the 250th anniversary of our independence, we remember that every good gift comes from your hand, and that liberty and justice and ordered peace cannot endure apart from your providence and mercy. We thank you for those entrusted with public service in this county, for these commissioners, for staff, for first responders, and for all who labor for the welfare of their neighbors. Grant them wisdom that is pure, peaceable, and steadfast. Restrain pride and partiality and corruption. Help them to judge fairly, to protect the vulnerable, and to steward public resources faithfully, and to seek what is true, honorable, and for the common good. Give them humility to know their limits, courage to do what is right, and charity toward one another, even when there is disagreement. And Lord, as we reflect on the words of our nation's founding, we confess that no earthly declaration can secure the deepest freedom of the human heart. True liberty is found under your righteous rule and in obedience to your truth. So guide this meeting, we pray that all that is said and done here would serve peace, order, and the flourishing of this county. Bless this county with justice, neighborly love, and gratitude for your mercies, old and new. We ask all things in the name of the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, we'll move on to item number 2 on the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the May 6th, 2026 Board of Commissioners meeting as submitted.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We'll turn it over to Mr. Dahl for his report.
All right, good morning. So we have a packed agenda with 45 motions today. They range anywhere from maintenance agreements to IT infrastructure, land preservation, justice-related grants. But I would like to highlight at least 3 of them, number 14 and then number 20 and 21. So I will call our good friend, Mr. Eric Naylor, up to talk about number 14.
Good morning, everybody. Before you, item number 14 is a motion to approve an agreement of sale for the purchase of agricultural conservation easement. I'm here on behalf of York County's Agricultural Land Preservation Board, and I request your consideration of the following easement purchase by the county. This would be a county-only easement purchase, which utilizes 2025 county funds. The easement purchase that we're requesting is for a farm owned by a family of 4, Ella Fake, Crystal Kilgore, Alan Kilgore, and Vicki Runkle. It's a family farm. This easement application consists of 1 tract of land, which totals 138.59 acres. The homestead right in the center of the farm is excluded, so no structures are actually being preserved, just land today. This application is located in Chanceford Township in York County. The operator grows row crops, corn and soybeans on the farm. Easement application met all of our minimum criteria requirements. It's recorded in the Chanceford Township Ag Security Area. 89% of the soils on the farm are in capability classes 1 through 4, and 60% of the farm is available for production today. Farm has a Ag E&S plan, which was found to be implemented during a spring 2024 site visit. And then this farm did rank 17th out of 50 qualifying applications in our 2024 ranking cycle. The landowners have accepted 93.8% of the easement value. And this farm, located in Chanceford Township after preservation, will add to Chanceford Township's county-leading 7,400 acres of preserved land through our program. So a huge number. Chanceford Township is the breadbasket for where we preserve land at. One other note here, this farm is in the crosshairs of development. It's located close to the Susquehanna River, close to the Cuffs Run stream, where we have some potential projects going on. Once again, this farm qualifies, it ranks very high, it's highly productive farmland, and that's why I have it here before you today. We're requesting $486,065 for easement purchase. Incidental costs come to $6,600, which are reimbursed by the Commonwealth, for a total cost today of $491,728.32. On behalf of the county's Ag Preserve Board, I respectfully request your approval. Any questions?
None for you, Aaron.
That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and well done as always. All right.
I do have a question for the solicitor.
Okay.
The motion has the amount, but that doesn't include the $6,600 that Eric mentioned, even though that's reimbursable from the state. Do we need to modify the motion to include the total amount?
I think we're okay with the number that we have in as
Okay.
much as we're going to be reimbursed.
Okay,
for it.
fair enough.
It does reflect our actual outlay.
Okay, got it.
And I'll just note, I only mentioned the total cost of the easement purchase, but we actually get the check from the state ahead of time. So, you know, I submit that, and it'll be.
We appreciate the detail. I just want to make sure we're following the rules, that's all.
Yep,
Okay.
my pleasure.
All right. And another friend, Kennetha Hansen. She's going to talk about agenda items number 20 and 21.
Thank you, commissioners and guests. My name is Kennetha Hansen. I'm with the York County Economic Alliance, but I'm wearing my York County Industrial Development Authority hat today. The Industrial Authority is requesting your consent for it to issue tax-exempt debt on behalf of two family farmers, or two farm couples, to purchase properties in Peach Bottom Township and North Hopewell. Thank you. Working on so many. I don't keep the townships straight. So tax-exempt financing is truly conduit debt. It does not increase the indebtedness of the authority or the county. It is private sector debt with a public twist, and that public twist is really where the farmers qualify under federal tax guidelines, which allow them to borrow at a lower interest rate. So it's truly pass-through debt. Your approval is requested because it is a federal requirement because you created the authority. So we respectfully request your consent. Happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, that concludes my report.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Dahl? Hearing none, I will open it up for any public comment as it relates to items listed on the agenda. Hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to new business.
Madam President, I move to adopt items numbers 1 through 45 on this morning's agenda as presented.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries. We will move on. There were no executive sessions since our last meeting. We do have a presentation today from the Susquehanna Area Regional Airport Authority. And I don't know if Mr. Edwards is going to do it or if it's a tag team, but the podium is all yours.
Thank you very much. Again, my name is Tim Edwards. I'm the Executive Director with the Susquehanna Area Regional Airport Authority. And I want to thank you for allowing us just a few minutes to give the county an update as to some of the operational statistics and and priority projects that are underway at the airport. You know, as we all know, the County of York appoints 3 members to the Airport Authority Board. And we have a large board, 15 members, but 3 come from York County. So every couple of years, we like to stand before you and give just a quick update and see if there are any questions that you may have for me or any of our representatives from the Airport Authority. We do have 2 of our representatives from the County of York with us today on the Airport Authority. One is Jim Anderson, who's sitting over there. And the other is Brian Geistway, sitting next to Jim. And I also want to introduce Ryan Collins, who is the Deputy Executive Director with the Airport Authority. So I believe we have a PowerPoint presentation. There it is. All right, and I'll quickly go through that. You can just go to the first slide. I did want to mention, as I have briefly, that the Airport Authority is a multi-municipal authority that manages and oversees the operation of number 1, Harrisburg International Airport, and 3 general aviation facilities in central Pennsylvania, and I'll talk about them in a minute. We do have a strategic plan with 5 core areas of focus. This strategic plan was adopted by the Airport Authority Board in 2025. It includes expanding aviation services, which is airline services, cargo operations, military operations, developing staff focused on training and succession planning, ensure the financial stability of the airport. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. Invest in airport infrastructure. With 4 airports, we have several projects ongoing. And strengthen the regional impact or community engagement as it relates to the central Pennsylvania region. SARA is an independent entity governed by a board of directors and who are appointed to staggered 5-year terms. Again, we have Mr. Gross. I said Anderson, I'm sorry. Had it highlighted in my notes, so I do apologize. Jim Gross is here from the Airport Authority, not Jim Anderson and Brian Geistway. We also have 2 members from the City of York, Al Cooner and Michael Walker, and I believe Michael Walker. Actually, Jim Anderson is over there. Morning, Jim. Didn't see you come in. Okay. I can see that, yes. So 2025 operations and service statistics for all 4 airports. We had, you can go to the next slide, I'm sorry. We had 814,718 enplanements in 2025. That was a record year for the Airport Authority. Our previous record was 2019, right before COVID hit, and then we had, of course, all the complications associated with that, and flight activity dropped off. Cargo activity was 55,700 tons of cargo. And as I mentioned, the infrastructure projects, we have 46 projects at all 4 airports, a total of 46 projects totaling $119 million in total, ongoing. The most significant economic note is that SARA's airport system pays for itself. So unlike many other transportation entities, we do not require local, state, or federal subsidies for operations. We do get federal funds for infrastructure through the Airport Improvement Program, which is paid by the users of the airport, basically. So if you use the airport and you buy an airline ticket, for example, there is a tax that's applied. That tax goes to the Aviation Trust Fund, and the trust fund then therefore funds the Airport Improvement Program, which is where we generate most of our infrastructure money from. So if you do not use the airport, the highlight there, if you did not use the airport, you don't pay for the airport. So whether it's any of the appointing authorities, the City of Harrisburg, the City of York, York County, Dauphin County, no funds are required for the operation of the airport from any of the appointing authorities. The annual economic impact, this was based on a 2022 PennDOT economic impact analysis, is about $1 billion. That's for Harrisburg International Airport, home to 60 companies and 1,700 full-time employees. And you can see on the chart here, as it relates to workforce and employees from home county, York County generates, or we see about almost 12% of our total workforce is from York County. The largest county, of course, is Dauphin County, 42%. Next slide. Airline activity, which is the item that most people are interested in and generates the most conversation. We offer well, actually now it's 4 airlines because Frontier just left the market. 4 airlines serving 18 destinations out of Harrisburg. So we have American, Delta, United, and Allegiant. Of those 18 destinations, 7 are international gateway hubs. And what that means is you can fly, you can depart from Harrisburg, connect through Chicago, connect through Charlotte, connect through Dallas, connect through Atlanta, Boston, Philly, and basically get anywhere in the world. So that one stop through any of those international gateway hubs from Harrisburg will get you anywhere in the world that you need to be. In 2025, we reported a total of 1,458,000 passengers. It was an increase of 12% compared to 2024. And we're on track to set a passenger record for 2026 as well. It's still early in the year, almost halfway through, but we're trending in that direction. Lancaster, Dauphin, and York counties accounted for 70% of our record increase in 2025. Next slide. Cargo activity is a big item at Harrisburg International Airport, and we are part of the FedEx and UPS Global Air Cargo Network, processing nearly 115 million pounds of cargo each year, and that's expected to increase. 2025 was the 5th busiest cargo year over the past decade, and you can see on the chart here, the green bar, if you can see that was our busiest year for air cargo activity. That was 2021. That was during the COVID years when there was a huge increase in e-commerce and purchasing online and that type of cargo operations. So we did see a big increase that year, but 2026 we saw some increase, our 5th busiest year over the past decade. And we do expect that to increase. Our most significant project that is currently wrapping up, our most recent significant project is the Air Cargo Reconfiguration and Expansion Project. It was a $64 million multi-year initiative, multi-phase project. It increased the capacity of the cargo apron by 30%, which will allow us to add more cargo aircraft and sortation facilities to the property once that project is fully complete. The next slide is our priority planning project. This is the Crawford Station Adaptive Reuse and Remediation Project. Crawford Station is an old coal-fired power plant. It goes back to the 20s. That was located in Middletown. The Airport Authority acquired that property, I believe, back in 1998 or so. And since then, we've been remediating the environmental impact of that particular property with the intent of developing it for future aeronautical and aviation services. If you're familiar with Harrisburg International, you know it's wedged between the river, Susquehanna River, and the railroad. So we're very limited as it relates to property assets. This is another 65 acres that will allow us to expand our aviation services in that direction once that area is fully remediated. We have applied to the EPA for a brownfield cleanup grant, $3.9 million, and we expect to hear those grants to be awarded sometime soon. We hope that we're on the list. I mentioned the redevelopment opportunities. We're looking at aviation maintenance and aircraft support, general aviation hangars, and workforce development and training. The next slide is the general aviation airports. I mentioned we own, our airport system is 4 airports, including Harrisburg International Airport, but we also have Capital City Executive Airport, which was part of the original Airport Authority property. That is the FAA designated relief airport for Harrisburg International. It is also the airport of choice for several state agencies, including the Governor's Office, Pennsylvania State Police, and the Office of the Attorney General. We acquired Franklin County Regional Airport in 2004. That was an airport that the FAA was concerned that may close, as the Borough of Chambersburg was no longer interested in being in the airport business. They asked if the Airport Authority would be willing to act as the governmental sponsor or the public sponsor for that, and we agreed. So we acquired that in 2004. Same story with Gettysburg Regional, which was acquired by the Airport Authority in 2006. That's all I have for my presentation. I do want to mention, I know there were, we did have some visitors to the air show 2 weeks ago. We had the Blue Angels in town for the Memorial Day weekend. It was a great success, with the exception of the weather, which caused us to have to cancel for the Saturday show. Sunday show was a little bit better. We were able to get some flying in, and Monday was really the best day of the 3-day event. But it was a huge success. We are also scheduled to host the air show in 2027, and that will be with the Air Force Thunderbirds, and I believe that's in July 10 and 11 of next year, 2027, and we've applied to the Department of Defense for a military demonstration team for 2028. So we're going to continue to present those air shows. That's all I had. And again, this is our opportunity to, as an appointing authority, the County of York, to provide you some information as to our recent activity, priority projects, and see if there's any questions that you may have, which I'm happy to answer.
Okay, thank you so much.
Tim, I have a question. First of all, thanks for the presentation, and thanks to the board members for the work that you do on behalf of York County. Do you have, in the spirit of multimodal transportation, and this may be a question for the Harrisburg area transportation system, but do you have any data or economic indicators for those travelers that both use the, I'll call it the newly constructed, renovated probably is the better word, train station in Middletown and the airport at the same time? Do travelers come in by air and jump on the train? Do you have any data to support that?
I do not have any data to support that. However, I think, with accuracy say that we don't see a lot of interaction between train activity, the train station in Middletown, and the airport. Okay. I know that it does happen occasionally, but it's not, it's very infrequent.
Okay.
In that regard.
Fair enough. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
No,
Thanks for
thank
coming
you.
in.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And again, I apologize to Jim for getting the name wrong.
You know,
I'm
Jim.
embarrassed. Thank you very much.
Sure. Okay, I will open it up for any public comment. Hearing and seeing none, I can have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, we are adjourned. We will move on to Salary Board.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the May 6, 2026 Salary Board meeting as submitted.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. I will open up for any public comment as it relates to items on the agenda. Hearing and seeing none, if we can move on to item number 4.
I make a motion to approve the positions, salaries, hours of work, and fringe benefits as provided by existing collective bargaining agreements or as set forth in the York County Employee Handbook or York County Policy Manual for the following departments and row offices as stated below, with no additional benefits or concessions unless otherwise noted, and there is listed in the agenda.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. There were no executive sessions since our last meeting. I will open up for any public comment. Hearing and seeing none, before we officially adjourn both meetings, just to remind folks that the street rods are in town this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you don't have plans, there's lots to do at the Expo Center, or you can just take your lawn chair and sit along Laux Road and Route 30 and take in the sights.
Yeah.
So with that, if I could have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thanks, everyone.